Hello everybody. So tonight I'm gonna be making my white sauce for the Trader's Pizza. I just found out from looking at the recipe that that stuff holds in the refrigerator for 5 days, up to 5 days. So when I used the leftovers I had the last time, it was perfectly fine as long as you use it within 5 days. So you can store it. You don't have to use it all at the time. So you can make extra whatever. Okay, I need to find a place for these to be in the way. Um, I just got a jury summons in the mail, so I'm not. I don't. I hope I don't have to do it. I'm gonna. I've been ducking and dodging for years, but I hope I don't actually have to do it this time. But I'll read it later. So I'm kind of like, right now. But anyway, back to this. So, um, okay, so for this recipe, it's a really simple recipe. It's Natasha's Kitchen. I wrote it down. I write really big. I wrote it down because it's such a simple recipe and it's very tasty. Obviously, I add some of my own stuff to it, but I use hers as a baseline. But I do add my own little touch to it. But I liked hers because it was simple and fast. Um, One thing I was doing when I didn't have fresh Parmesan is I was just using the one out of the jar, and it didn't hurt it. It tasted just as good. But I also learned from reading her recipe again on her website is that what I was doing is I was putting it right after I did it on the pizza, and I was using either the Trader's dough that you kind of have out and make yourself, not make yourself, but have to press and everything yourself, or this dough. But you're supposed to wait until it cools. And that's why probably it was making the bread real, And also it can make the cheese curdle when you add the mozzarella or any kind of cheese, whatever cheese you use to top your pizza. So let it cool before you do all that. I had to learn that the hard way a couple times. But so for this recipe, all you need is you're going to need a measuring spoon. You're going to need a measuring cup. You're going to need some kind of milk. You're going to need garlic. I have the individual garlic from Trader Joe's that is in the freezer, but I'm going to use up this first before I finish using it. Start doing those again. This is crushed garlic from Vons. I love using this because I don't like chunks of stuff in my food. My mom got me on this actually. Most stores, though, you see minced garlic. That I'll use that too because it kind of dissolves in after a while or fades in. Depends on what the dish is. But during the holiday season or like going up to the holiday season, like the fall, that's my favorite time of year. It's like soup season. It's everything season. I make a lot of soups and things like that. Gumbo, chicken soup, a lot of different soups. So I always have this on hand, and I like it because it just disappears, it dissolves. And I do like the Trader's one because it's frozen and you can just pop it. The servings are already separated. Pop in, use as needed. But overall, I like this one the most because just the amount you get and you don't need much. And it does the trick. It's about $3 at Vines, and that's the only place I know that sells it. I know there's places that sell something similar, but I like crushed. If I have to use minced, I'll use it, but it's not like my preference. And there's also obviously you can use actual cloves and everything, but you gotta do a little more with that. Okay. Anyway, fresh Parmesan. You need butter. You need 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm making a bigger batch because I'm gonna be making both pizzas and just having them in the refrigerator to eat off of like as needed. I like having things already cooked already. As I said in multiple videos, I like having things I can just heat up and eat it. I don't like having cook it. I like cooking, but I don't like if I just have a day like I had, like I described in my last video, where I'm just like, I don't even want to like functioning right now. I like having something I can just put up in the microwave for a second and not even think about it. And it's even better if I cooked it myself instead of like buying a convenience food and spending more money on it. And so yeah. I just like doing things like that and having things already cooked, already ready for me to just eat off of. So that's why I'm gonna make two. So I'm gonna make double batch. So you need anyway, you need 2 tablespoons of butter. This is just for the basic recipe. If you're making more, you gotta adjust it to that, And you need where's it at? You need 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. I don't usually have flour around myself unless it's like the holidays and stuff. Just because, I like Wondra. Wondra is like kind of like similar to cornstarch. But flour, I like it for like the holidays and stuff. But otherwise, I don't. It's messy, and I don't usually cook a lot of things that require like me to have the actual ingredients like that. So I do like having a thing about it during the holidays. Aldi has like a cheap one, Walmart, all them. But yeah, in general, I don't usually have flour because, yeah, like I said, it's a messy thing, and I end up tossing it more than I use it because the amounts I use of it are like for this type of recipe, I only use a little, the thickened things, and obviously during the holidays you make gravies, you make all kinds of things, you need it, but I still probably would use cornstarch because I've really started to like cornstarch. It's way more convenient. It scared those ants away outside. I like it. It's multi-purpose, and it's cheap as hell. And you just have to convert it though. So this recipe wants 2 tablespoons. You got to find out how much cornstarch you use because cornstarch is a little more. I don't want to say stronger, but it's just it takes less of it. So that's the only thing you have to do. It's just the rest of that butter. And then, last but not least, you need your cheeses. You need Parmesan. You need Parmesan at the end. You can, if you want, you can add other cheeses to your sauce, but it's not really necessary because you're gonna be doing that putting that on the pizza anyway. This is the one I just got from Trader. This obviously I'm a fan. It's my 3rd bag in the past few months, and then this is mozzarella. These are just to top the pizza, so it's not really like part of this video, really. But and then for my specific personal pizza, now when my dad was here, I kind of had to modify it because he has different tastes as far as flavoring. He'll eat anything, he'll just eat it, but he doesn't. I might think he making something salty, and I'm like, no, that's just how I like it, So, you know how it is when you cook for other people. When you're cooking for yourself, you can do whatever you want. So it's back to that for me now. But, I have my anchovies. Trader's has cheap anchovies, by the way. So, I have all that ready. And then there's another thing I needed to mention with this. Where is it? Oh, okay. For me, particularly, she mentions her spices. I always like deviate with the spices, with recipes online or cookbooks or anything because I just like my stuff seasoned a certain way, and I like whatever amount I want. If I don't want too much of this or too little of this or I like doing it that way. So I just go by ear how much, and how much I typically do. And I'm getting a system down where I don't even measure it. I just kind of like look at it and know. But there are a few spices I want to just shout out because they are the ones I use for almost everything. Even for my dad's cooking, even for just any cooking, I just feel like it's very versatile. It's not doesn't have every seasoning in it or spice in it. But to me, it always makes everything taste really good. And I don't even want to just say it. I want to show it, you guys. And I'm pretty sure everyone's probably seen it in the store. But it's the world famous. My biggest one was Lowry's. I grew up on Lowry's. That's what Mama has. Everything. That's how I'm Lowry's. I'm a Lowry's girl. But I haven't really been using Lowry's as much as I've been using this. I use this in everything. Soups. It's like not even, I wasn't even cooking the soup. It was just heating up my dad's soup or heating up making his eggs or his egg sandwiches or whatever recipe I cooked for the night and that he was eating, whatever. I always use this. And this is just my favorite. It's all purpose. I love it. You get it at Hispanic stores, but you can get it anywhere. You can get, I got this big old thing of it from Walmart. So it's not, it's not hard to find. This is what I am going to use for this recipe. Just a few shakes, just like they say on the bottle. You don't even have to overdo it. And I don't like it. I like it. I think it's the oregano. I don't know what it is, but something's in it. But these are some uh what is it called? Runners up. I like Himalayan. This is standard salt. I like this one, and I like just black pepper. So, but overall, this is probably like I use this every day. So, for everything, it goes in everything. So, I always like to have it around, and I couldn't believe Walmart had as big of a container they had. But I'm gonna get this started, guys. So, spray your pot. And they add a little dollop of olive oil. And let me bring the spices and everything back over. I don't know why I took them back. Really, all I'm gonna need is because she says, okay, they always say salt and pepper, and everybody, we all know we all use way beyond that. So, Alexa, how many tablespoons? Wait, I forgot how you do it. There's a way you do it.
Here's something I found on the web. According to Bonsai Africa.
Alexa, stop. Okay, there's another way to do it. 1 teaspoon is 1 garlic clove. You need 2 garlic cloves, so you need 2 teaspoons of this. But it's garlic and it's a sauce, so you just be liberal with it. Okay, so 1 1/4 cup of milk. I'm making 2 batches of it, so I'm gonna need. That means I need 2 servings of that. I miss just having counters where it's like room to put everything. Okay, 1. So it's basically 20 ounces of milk. Don't be laughing at my lactate, you guys. I have another one on deck, but it's the Target version. So, they had it pretty cheap one night. Once this one's gone, I don't have to go to the store for this. Okay. And what was the next step? 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I forgot what the conversion was, and I'm so embarrassed. Alexa, how much cornstarch for 1 tablespoon of flour?
1 tablespoon of flour has 5.6 grams of starch.
No, that's not what I was asking. The only way I can do it is if I go off the camera. You guys, I'm gonna be right back. I want to just get this because I want to get this right. I don't want to like put too much or whatever. All right, be right back. Bye.